Hi everyone, it's Michaela, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite tips for getting through summer homework and making it smoother. Because it's really hot out today. It's like 91 degrees and super humid. My hair is completely frizzing. So what better way to get through the summer than to think about autumn and preparing ahead. I've got 6 tips and hopefully it'll make things smoother for you, whether you're having trouble starting or organizing, whatever it is. Here we go.
I first want to apologize for how tiny my penmanship is. I even thought I was writing large. But first, write down everything you need to do.
So one of the most important things before even starting homework is to feel organized with what you're doing. And that's why I really recommend using a planner. So this is mine.
Ideally, you should have 2 types of to-do lists in your planner, and the first is of your short-term goals. These are day-to-day tasks that you need or want to get done. However, there's also yearly goals you can do. Here's mine right here. But writing down the things that you want to get done in the next year are really going to promote your motivation, because then you have something to work towards with the little tasks.
You can even treat your planner as a master to-do list and check things off as you go so that you can just completely wipe them off your mind and forget about it once you've done it. But don't forget about it too much, or else it'll be hard when you go back to school. You can list out everything that you have to do, and it just takes the burden off of your mind. It makes everything so much better. What I mean by this is some kids wait until the very end of their summer vacation to do homework, and some do it at the very beginning. If you think that you're going to forget the material, make sure that you do it later in the summer vacation. Likewise, if you think that you'll definitely remember it, I'd advise that you get it done sooner so that it's not weighing over you as you're trying to enjoy your vacation.
I think that my first explanation was a bit vague, so I'm going to go a bit more in depth. I think that there are 2 primary ways that students tend to procrastinate, and the first is based on intimidation of the work. It just seems too daunting, or maybe too difficult, too challenging. And I have a method to address this. I would list out all of my assignments that I have to do over the summer, and then I would rank each one by difficulty, 1 through 6. So the first one's going to be the most difficult, second difficult, and so on. Then once you have all these out, you can decide how you want to organize them into your schedule. Do you want to start with the hardest one? Do you want to start with the easiest one? It's easier to work with these projects now that you have them ranked out and you know how hard it's going to be for you. Again, I just want to apologize for how tiny my handwriting is. I'm sorry, I know it's hard to see. The next type of procrastination derives from boredom. So if you're the kind of student that finds yourself disinterested in your work, it's best to go through and rank them by how fascinated you are with the subject. Once you have those 1 through 6, you can then decide, do you want to start with your most boring topics or your most interesting topics? Personally, I would want to start with my most boring ones and get them out of the way, but of course, everyone has their different preferences for studying, and whatever works for you is what you should do.
Kind of look at each bit of homework and see if it would be more beneficial for you to do it at the beginning or end. Now, third is to spread it out, unless you're the type that really likes to do all the work at once. Because if you kind of treat it as like a long jog instead of a fast sprint, you'll end up doing better, because a fast sprint you like pull muscles or whatever. I don't know, I'm not an athlete, so maybe this isn't a good analogy.
Next to each assignment, make an estimate for how long you think it'll take for you to complete it. Then you can schedule it into your planner more easily with a general idea of how long it'll take for you to finish.
If you spread it out, you're not going to overexert yourself. If you do prefer to get it all done at the very beginning and do it all in a short period of time, then definitely go for it. But for most people, I think the best way for them to work is to do it all slowly. Also, a bonus of spreading it out is it helps prevent summer slump, because you retain those skills over the summer. Whereas if you do it all at once, then the rest of your summer you're not doing anything at all. What I mean by this is, don't waste your energy staring at a bit of homework when you know you're not going to get it done. If it's the hottest day of the summer, don't force yourself to go upstairs and work on your homework. Rather than just sitting at your desk needlessly, do your work when you know that you're going to be productive about it. Even try to identify when that time may work for you so that you can schedule it in. For me, I prefer to work in the morning and on cooler days, rainy days. So if I know it's going to be a hot day, I'm obviously not going to try to force myself to sit down and do work if I know I'm not going to be very efficient about it. Number 5, If by chance you don't spread out your homework that much and you have a lot of periods of time where you have no work at all, it's a really good idea to read over the summer, because then it's like you're keeping your analytical skills and reading skills, but it's not work, it's just fun, if you enjoy your reading at least. If anyone wants to know, right now I'm reading Emma by Jane Austen because I just read Pride and Prejudice, which is the same author, and I really liked it. It's witty and it makes me almost nostalgic for this era that I didn't even live in. Anyway, read if you like it. And lastly, this one's probably most important for like summer homework tips and getting your summer homework done, is to review the material before you go back to school, or else the work you did over the summer is basically not even worth it at all. If you go back and reflect on what you wrote and remember what the material is, then you're going to do much better in class if there's a discussion or if there's more homework as a result of that.
Even take the time to go through and make pages of notes on everything that you did homework on. Then not only are you remembering more by writing it down, but you can also read through to study your own work.
Even if you think that you remember all the information, it's still a good idea to go back and look over it. You'll feel so much more confident walking into class when you know exactly what you're going to be talking about and what the teacher's going to be starting for the next unit, than if you're walking in blindly kind of thinking, oh shoot, what was the idea of this book that we read, or what was that homework assignment about? Those are the 6 tips I have. I hope they're concise so that it helped you to get through this video even quicker. I'm going to try to start making videos and uploading them every single Sunday, so subscribe if you want more, if you want to stay updated, and make sure you don't miss any of the videos that I upload here. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.